All right, all right, all right. How we doing, everyone? This is Tyrone Poole, and thank you guys for joining in. Actually, I have a special guest that is going to join me today, and we're just going to talk and we're going to ramble a little bit, and actually, uh, it's a great opportunity. To ramble a little bit. But I hope you guys are doing well. And I see my guest is actually here. So I just want to warm the room up real good and give you guys an opportunity to see that we are live, that I am live. We are streaming over Facebook, both of my Facebook accounts. And we are live on YouTube. YouTube, yes, YouTube is the way to go, people. And Twitter, we're on Twitter. And all the business people, and try to make connections on LinkedIn. Yes, we are streaming live on LinkedIn. So again, I want to welcome you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Tyrone Poole show. And I just hope you're doing well. I hope you're full of love. I hope you're full of peace. And I hope you're full of joy. Okay. And again, why am I here? Why am I doing this? I could be in 1,000 places doing 1,000 things, but I'm right here, right now, talking to you. Okay. Why? 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 Well, my why is that I want to arm all of you that are watching. I want to arm all of you who are watching with principal information that will help you with your experience in life. Okay, because we all will go through temptations, trials, and tests. I call them the three classes that we take at the University of Life. And yes, life is a university, people, and we are constantly taking those three classes. We're taking some type of trial, some type of test, and some type of temptation. The only difference between my trials, my tests, and my temptations, and your trials, tests, and temptations is who is the instructor, right? And what do I mean by who is the instructor? Well, let's say if my test in life may be coming from my neighbor down the street. Maybe we had an argument. Maybe his dog was walking on my lawn. Maybe something happened. And I had a test that day. Okay. So my test came from my neighbor. Maybe my trial came from maybe the job situation. Maybe you're on your job and your employer. Oh yeah, your employer. That's where your trial came from. Your co-workers. Your trial came from your co-worker. Maybe your temptations. Who is your instructor? Okay. Could it be a chocolate cake that's tempting you? Could it be you're tempted to go back to work where you should put down your work and just enjoy the rest of the day? Where is that temptation coming from? So as you can see, people, we all have temptation, trials, and tests. It just depends on who is your teacher for that day, for that trial, for that test, or that temptation. So we all going to go through it. And the only way that I've learned that you will no longer have to take these trials, these tests, and these temptations is when you are 6 feet under, people. That's right. That's right. You are looking up in the air. Not you had actually you're positioned up and everybody looking down on you. All right. Telling great stories about, the life you live. So other than that, people, wake up in the morning, go tackle the day, go work that thing. Go work that thing with love, peace, and joy. You can't control your circumstances, but you can control the impact that the circumstances have on you. You have 100% control over that. Okay, and you can't stop people from putting hurdles in your way of life, trying to make it tough for you. You can't stop it. Some people may not have no hurdles in their lane. You can't do nothing about that. All you can do is control you, the person you look at every day in the mirror. So that's why I'm here, people. That's why I'm here to encourage you, and you. Okay, encourage you guys, and also encourage myself. All right, that yes, I can. Just like the Nutty Professor would say. The Nutty Professor from Eddie Murphy played the Nutty Professor, and he's sitting on the sofa. You know, he got his big thing of ice cream and his M&Ms, and he's chugging the M&Ms and eating the ice cream. And he's looking at a Eddie Murphy, Richard Simmons show, and he finally says to himself, and you guys know the line. He says, "Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can." So I'm telling you today, yes, you can, no matter what you are going through. Okay, no matter what trial, test, or temptation comes your way, yes, you can work that thing and overcome. So again, I'm so glad you guys are here, and my guest is here. So I'm gonna add my guest to the stream, and there he is. Hey, look at him, looking like $1,000,000. Look at him. Boy, let me borrow some of that smile on your face. Give me $1,000,000 of smiles. Look at it. There you go. Well, today, people, I have no other than Ashton Poole, my son, my firstborn, people, my firstborn. It's my firstborn son here. So glad to have him on the show. And, you know, we're just going to have a little easy, laid back conversation. Shouldn't be here long. So, hey, you need to go tell all your friends, hey, Ashton's on. Ashton's on. I heard about him. So, yeah, man, we're going to talk about where his past athletic career. We're going to talk about where he's going in the future. Oh, yeah, yeah. If you don't want to smile right now, you need to hang around and listen to what he's going to say, because maybe he can help you with that smile, all right? But I want to introduce Ashton to the world. Ashton, how you doing? How you doing? How's your day going so far? Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. Day's going pretty good so far. I was looking forward to joining you guys and being able to talk and discuss some things. So I'm glad to be here.
Well, that's good, man. That's good. That's good. Again, I'm so glad to have you here. My day is going pretty good. Had a lot of running around to do. When we talked earlier today, I was running then, man. I was running then. So, that's life. Like I said, you got temptation, trials, and tests, right? So life never ends. So I guess we're gonna dive right into this thing, Ash. I know you becoming a busy person now, man. You're in school, and I think you were studying for a test. Are you studying for the test? And
Yeah, so I was studying for pharmacology. Just learning about different drugs, and this test that we just had was like on antibiotics and antivirals, and there's a lot of this common medication that I'm going to be prescribing to my patients. So
yeah,
a lot of drugs to learn, but yeah.
and we're gonna dive into that more. I want you to talk about the dentistry in which you are working your career towards. So right now there's some people, they're out there, and they're saying, okay, hey, I wish I could ask them some questions. And I did grab a few questions, and hey, who is Ashton? Who is Ashton? So what are some greatest strengths that Ashton possesses? What are some of your greatest strengths?
So I would say determination. When I put my mind to something, I think of the long time goal, and what are the steps to get there, and I'm always determined to reach that goal and make sure I accomplish it, no matter what the circumstances may be. I would say also resilience. Um, you know, Not everything's going to be a smooth path to wherever you want to go, and there's going to be bumps along the road. So you got to learn how to bounce back from those adversity, and get back on that path and get back to what the goal that it is that you're trying to reach. So I would say determination and resilience is the two that that stands out to me right now.
Yeah, that determination, man, that is 100. Same thing with me, determination,
Right.
passion, passion. And passion is just a strong emotion or feeling. But I definitely like to answer resiliency, resilient. your resiliency. And that's basically, what I call myself. I tell people, those who are looking for a speaker, you're looking for a speaker, you have a commencement coming up. Okay. You got an athletic banquet coming up. All right. And you need to teach those young athletes some resiliency. I'm your guy. Or you go get Ashton. Go get Ashton. All right. Hey, we'll both come and tag team and show those athletes what resiliency is all about. But yeah, that's determination. You got to have determination, man. You got to be resilient. So another question for you. Now, I know you are going into dentistry. Okay, you were an athlete. Okay, you ran track in college. You played football and ran track in high school. So, what motivates you to work hard? What motivates you to work hard? Because those are not easy things that young adults and not even adults can do. So, from high school to college, what kept you working hard to get to the point where you are right now?
So with that, being kind of going back to determination and setting a goal, just having those goals, right? And I like to reach goals. Reaching goals just kind of brings that positive feedback to you. And so with playing football in high school and running track, um, having that goal set just pushed me every day to work hard and see, what my efforts were that past day, and looking back and be like, hey, I reached this goal. It's going to keep me pushing, forward. And so, hard work really. So
Yeah. Now, after working hard, you had a hard day of work, like you said, high school. Because I know we take like habits with us, whether you're a professional athlete, whether you are working in corporate America. Everybody has this little thing they always do to calm and relax. I call it what's your hot sauce. But what do you do to relax after a hard day of determination and bouncing back with so much resiliency? What does Ashton Poole do to relax?
honestly, nowadays, I'm always looking at my iPad or reading or something like that. So sometimes I just like to sit on the couch and just kind of relax and turn on the TV and watch a movie or something like that. As the year continues, I go into my third year of dental school. Things are gonna be looking different as far as like studying. I'm gonna be more in the clinic more, so I won't be at home studying as much as I am now. So that time off may be spent differently later on, in the year. So right now it's just kind of like sitting on the couch and just turn on Netflix and watching a movie. But later on down the road, it might be picking up a book or something like that, or learning something that is going to benefit me in the future. But right now it's too much reading for a test. So I'm like, let me get away from the books for a minute and relax. So
Well, that's good. Relaxation is very important, man. I had to learn that myself, and again, that's why I alluded to what's your hot sauce, and uh, basically what your hot sauce means. What is that thing that you put on your problems that actually brings you back to the center to where you can focus again? And that is your hot sauce. For me, working out. Whenever I feel, I'm working hard and I get stressed out or anxiety tries to happen, then I try to relax. And how I relax and get back into my center is I go work out. I work out. It allows me to release stress and all of that little whatever is trying to build up. And then also I listen to inspirational music. So are there any like really like go to when you like in that moment you're like, what, man, this studying is wearing me out? What is one thing that is your go to relaxation hot sauce thing?
as far as just what going to music, or can you
Yeah,
elaborate on the question more?
yeah, just if when pressure comes and you like, what, I can't take it no more. Let me go read a book, let me go walking, let me play video games. What is that one thing that you go to that relaxes you?
Yeah. Music as well for me. Putting on my headphones and going for a run. I like to run, and maybe that's a slow jog or something like that, and just turning on some music and just going for a run. So those two things, you know, helps me relax after a very stressful day. And like I said, if I'm not like too stressed or something, I just want to like relax. I'll just sit on the couch and just kind of regroup and get my thoughts together. So
Now, relaxation. Okay, so if you could go anywhere in the world, okay, now I want you to think about that. Think about that. If you can go and live anywhere in the world where you're like, okay, that's a peaceful place. I would love to go live there. Okay, I want you to think about it. All right, but I'm gonna tell you where I would live if I had to relax and I could go there right now, right now. Believe it or not, it's here in the United States. Okay. And it's not somewhere where I guess you would say the beach, where there's a beach. Um, but the most calmest place, like calm, that I experienced during my days of playing football was Denver, Colorado. Denver, Colorado. I really like Denver. It's just the altitude is just different. Literally, the altitude is 5,000 feet above sea level, so mile high. But the atmosphere there, the mountains and all that, it was just peaceful, man, peaceful, very clean city. So I just felt relaxed when I was in Denver, Colorado. So if you could live anywhere in this world when you need to relax, you just hop in your private jet and go there. Where would that be?
I don't have a specific place, but like probably a beach. I know you mentioned the beach. You're not, you wouldn't go to a beach for your place of relaxation, but I enjoy, being by the water, just listening to the sound of the waves and, just being on the beach. There's, three beaches here where I'm at. Um, and in times of just like I said, relaxation and I have extra time, I like to go to the beach and just kind of like listen to the waves and just kind of regroup and it relaxes me. So I would say just somewhere, on the beach somewhere. So
Do you actually get in the water in the ocean? Do you swim in the ocean?
not too much of swimming, but I mean I do get in there. I don't want to go too far out there. Hear stories of
Yeah.
never knowing what's beneath you. So I yeah. But I do go out there and
Yeah.
get in the
Have
water.
Have you ever gone on a like a boat or anything into the ocean? Maybe like even on a cruise ship or a boat, like anything like that.
Just no, but it's a goal, but jet ski is really kind of the only thing that you know I'll be
Well,
on my mind.
I asked that Ashton because I had when you spoke of the ocean, I have a little ocean story. Seasickness, seasickness. There was a time when I went to a particular place and. You got the excursions, right? So you sign up for the excursions and everything. So I wanted to go deep sea fishing. I never gone deep sea fishing in my life, and so I said, hey, you know what? I want to do it. So we roll up. Well, got up that morning. I'm so excited. Again, don't know anything about deep sea fishing, but I know I wake up in the morning. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Um, so I kind of laugh because if you don't have a strong stomach, don't eat before you go out there in the ocean. Okay, so you guys kind of know where I'm going with this. So I eat Ashton. I eat real good breakfast, man. So feeling good, man. We pull up on it's like a little tugboat, so to speak. Again, deep sea fishing, right? So it was okay when we first launched out, from the sand, from the beach area, from the dock. We went out, the waves and all that stuff was good. Everybody just talking, the native people, the guy, the guy, helping us with the excursion. Um, and then there's a part of the ocean where it's like I guess if you had to put it in a narrative, there's a line where the water that interacts with the beach, and then there's the line where boom, you get out there in the ocean, right? So we're on the boat, so you have to, get over that little wave, that big wave, and then you get out there into the ocean. Now out there in the ocean, I'm like the water's constantly like moving, man, constantly moving, right? And so deep sea fishing, they don't just stop and you just fish. They basically just move around. They move around, so they dragging the line and everything like that. So the more we stayed out there, man, and that boat kept going up and down, dude. You just imagine. Well, my stomach, man, just started like this. Bottom line, I ended up throwing up. Man, and I'm like, that was probably the worst feeling leading up to the throwing up. But after I threw up, I'm like, I felt fine, man. I'm like, phew. I'm like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed deep sea fishing. So, that's my ocean story that I'll probably never forget. So, but yeah, I like the ocean as well. Maybe not too much deep sea fishing before I
Yeah.
eat breakfast. So, anyways, life. Okay, talking about life and just talking about who you are. You did sports. Okay, so I got a question for you about sports and life. Now, I've always said, Ashton, that sports is a great metaphor for life. It's a great metaphor for life, man. And I've learned a lot of things that I apply to life that I've learned from sports. And I wish that everybody at some point could play sports. If you got any parents that are watching, if you got kids, let them play sports. Even if they're not good at it, let them play sports because it's so much that they will learn from sports. But even if you're older, you're like, hey, I would love to play sports, but I'm too old. No, you're not. There's so many like leagues out there for people in all age brackets. But life, sports taught me a lot about life. So my question to you, Ashton, is what did life or what have your sports career, football, track and field, what did those games of playing sports help you to learn that you apply right now in your life? And you probably say, I'm going to continue to apply this for the rest of my life.
Yeah. So, uh, thinking of that question, a couple of things come to mind, and that would be kind of going back to working hard and seeing results. I could think back to just high school and uh, playing football and working hard as a team, and we had to sit down with our coach and have a heart-to-heart conversation about working hard on the field, practicing hard, and replicating that during game day. And if we didn't practice hard, that game on the Friday night, it wasn't going to be what we expected or what we wanted it to be. So I would say working hard is going to produce results that you may be expecting. And so that goes along with just where I'm at today in dental school. Working hard in undergrad as far as just my studies. I had to work hard, study, even when things were, had a lot going on, time management, and it produced, good results for me, getting to dental school where I'm at today. And, hopefully that lesson of just, continue working hard every day, in the future when I start practicing, you know, working hard on a case that I'm doing, and seeing the results of the patient, coming to better oral health, you know. So hard work really kind of just follow me along high school, undergrad, and hopefully, my future career. So um,
Was there an ever a down moment? Because in life, again, I said earlier,
yeah,
I always say this whenever I open up the show. Um, Life is a university, and we're all having trials and tests and temptations. Um, so, what is a high moment and what is a low moment in sports that you're like, you know what? A low moment where you thought it was over, but you resiliency, determination, like you said. What is a moment, whether in football or track, that you like, oh man, you know what? don't know if I can recover from this. I think I flatline. And then also, what is a moment where you're like, yes, 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 we are, or I am a champion, my friend. So, what is a moment that you like, you know what, man, whew, but that was tough. And then what is a moment where you like, yes.
Yeah. I'll start off with the kind of the yes moment. So my freshman year of undergrad, the season, it was pretty good as far as track season, and practice was going good. And there was one meet where my times were my best, and I was doing pretty good in practice. My times were spot on, and coach was happy, I was happy, and then I had a tear, not a tear, but like I want to say what happened. It was something with my hip flexor. It's been a while, but to where I couldn't, normally do what I, usually do in practice as far as running, and it was a hip flexor problem. And that moment really set me back, and I'm just like, man, I was just like, setting up for success. My times were good in practice, my times were good at my track meets, and then this happens, and I'm like, like, what am I, supposed to do, like, and I see my teammates, they're still, excelling, and for a moment, I did get down on myself, but I had to realize, take your time to let your body heal, and get back at it and work. I didn't give up and get discouraged and think that all was over. So I sat down and got with my trainer, sat down with my coach, and told him, this is my goals. And right now I'm not the healthiest, as far as like my hip flexor and stuff like that. And we sat down, we set goals. I met with my trainer, and I got back on the path that I wanted to be on. So those were true moments that I can think of that had my yes moment, but also had like my, man, this is not going the way I expected it to go. So
Yeah, and like you said, in life, being in the profession that you're in, dentistry, which we're going to jump into that, but moving into corporate America, um, you're going to pretty much encounter some of the same things as far as the principles, of life. Principles happen no matter what area or whatever endeavor you're involved in. And like you said, it's all about how you handle it. And then one thing I like that you said, you got down because you had an expectation, you had some goals set, and you kind of had a rough patch. But the one thing I liked that you said is that you went and you got help. You went to your coach, and then you came back and said, okay, let's redraw the plan. And but my determination and my resiliency, I'm going to get back, and I can't stop. So I think that is another thing that is a strength of yours. And I think it's a strength that everybody should try to develop, is the ability to know when to say you need help. Because a lot of people, Ashton, they just, don't feel like, hey, sometimes I get like that, kind of call it hard head.
yeah,
You gotta get hard headed, but we all need someone. And I've learned, and I actually say it like this a lot of the times: uh, the student is only as good as the teacher, and the teacher is only as good as the experience that the teacher has been exposed to. So when you get help, it's good to get help, but you got to make sure you get in the right help, because I'm a firm believer that the person that's helping you, they can only take you as high as they have gone. And that's why I believe your sports plan. That's why I believe sports is a great metaphor for life, because you learn so much. You train, you get injured, but still you bounce back. Like you said, your resiliency, your determination. So that's good stuff. So jumping into dentistry. Okay. You're how long will it be? How much more you got to go before I can come up there and say, okay, Ash, lay me back in the chair, man. I'm ready. Because I ain't gonna mess with you now. I'm gonna wait until you get yourself ready first. You gotta be qualified. I gotta see you work first, Ash. Now I'm just joking. but
Yeah,
you gotta go before I'm ready to start my own business.
so I got 2 more years, but we actually start working on patients in the summer, which I'll start my third year this summer. And so yeah, 2 more years, and if I want to do a residency after I graduate, that'll be for a year. Um, and then after that, I just it's all let's go, let's do it. I think I want to start my own practice in the future one day, but I can lay out a full plan, but God will intervene, and He already has the final say so. And so I'm just gonna best prepare myself for whatever He has for me in the future, and that might be something different than what I have planned. But I'll just be ready for whatever what He have for me at that time. So 2 more years. So.
And that's good stuff, man. And I know I know you, God. I know you got Christ in you. But I just gotta put a pin with the dentistry right quick and follow up with a question because of what you just said. How important is God in your life? How important is your spirituality?
It's very important. It's been important to me since I can remember. I grew up going to church with my grandma, my mom, cousins. Went to Christian school throughout my life, and God has always been the forefront of everything I do. Whether that's just like taking a test, pray, and ask that I, let this, that I give God the glory. Whatever I do, as far as taking this test or playing this game or talking to someone. So God has always been the center of my life, and without Him, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I encourage others to seek a relationship with God, and so.
Yeah, man, look at you. Well, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm so proud of you, Ash. Man, I'm just so proud of you, man. Thank God for you. Love you, appreciate you, man. That's good stuff. Now, diving back into the dentistry. So, but okay. So, what is the toughest part about becoming a dentist, man? The field of dentistry. What is so tough about it? What can you? I guess just tell us what is the toughest thing about it, and also what are the good things about it. So right now, what are the toughest things about that field of dentistry?
Right now, I can only talk about the perspective from a student. So, like, the first 2 years is a lot of studying. Like, we're in the lecture hall from 8 to 5 o'clock every day, studying for a test. This past like 3 weeks, I had like, 4 exams each week. And, that those first 2 years is a lot. And so, but it's so much information that we're being presented to us, and we got to figure out how can we manage this and make sure that we're retaining the information, but also doing the well in our exams. So I would say the amount of information that we presented is pretty difficult but manageable. That's why we're here. They hand pick us for our class. And I would say the reward um, of doing dentistry is just like seeing a patient come from one spot to another, and that's probably from like not really knowing about their oral health and not having good oral health, and being a student and learning about how someone can come to better oral health, and educating them, and seeing them progress and get better, and show good results is just amazing to watch. And being able to just show others and teach others, our oral health is important. If we don't take care of it, it leads to other systemic, problems. So, yeah, just education. It's amazing to teach others.
Mm. Now, do you guys like help one another? Just like in sports, going back, sports is a great metaphor for life, right? You got teammates, y'all help each other. So, while your other students and classmates, you guys get together and practice on one another, or do you guys like have these group powwows and you guys help each other, or is it kind of like, okay, you do your thing, I do my thing. I'm learning to do this, I'm learning to do that. How does that work? Do you guys work collectively together, or is it kind of like an individual thing? You got to learn what you have to learn.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of camaraderie amongst my classmates. There's 78 of us, um, and we have a group chat that we text in every day. If someone has made a study guide or some flashcards or something like that for a test coming up, they'll send it in the group chat. The president of our class, every morning of our test, he texts us with the encouragement that it really motivates us to keep pushing, even though there's a lot going on as far as like studying and a lot of exams to take and practicals. So I would say the camaraderie amongst my classmates is amazing. So we're pretty close. It's like a family.
Now, I know you mentioned the satisfaction of the dentistry, the field that you chose is when you see the clients, put that big smile on their face and everything. You're like, yeah, I help you with that smile. So now I know you've seen probably, probably not yet, but maybe some pictures of some mouths that you're like, oh my goodness, what did you do to your teeth? It's like,
Yeah.
but you know what? I can help you. But have you ever seen a mouth where you like, oh my goodness, what did you do? What did you do? Or what are you not doing? Yeah. So have you seen a mouth that was probably
nothing
you know
too
what? They snatch out all your teeth and you got to start back over, Jack.
actually, you know what? Because I assisted as a dental assistant before coming to dental school, and so I assisted on a lot of procedures where, like with cancer patients, they come in and get all their teeth extracted for radiation, and seen a lot from that. And the dentist that I was working with, a person came in and chipped his we call it a central incisor, just like your front tooth up here, and he chipped it, and the dentist restored it to make it look new again. And so I've seen kind of like the ins and out, not everything yet, but I definitely seen where somebody come in with one thing and the dentist like restores it and it looks pretty good. So, but nothing too drastic yet.
And probably somebody's breath. I'm like, now I gotta say that. All right, I'm trying to make a joke, make everybody laugh, but you got to get down on some people's mouth. I'm like, do you tell them like to rinse first and then so they have some good smelling breath when you're working on them, or do you just take it as it comes?
So right now we're cleaning teeth on patients, so we have to let them use a mouthwash before we operate on them. I haven't experienced anybody with bad breath, as you say, but
Halitosis. They call it halitosis. Is that
yeah,
the term for it?
like the term for it. But yeah, I haven't experienced that yet, but we'll just say that won't come later on, and if it does, we'll get past it.
All right. So for all those who are saying, wow, you know what, I'm very interested in keeping a good hygiene regimen, but I just don't know what to do. What would you prescribe? Okay, if you're talking to a particular person, what should a good oral hygiene regimen be like?
Brushing your teeth in the morning and at night, and also just flossing. I that's pretty much what I do every day. Make sure I floss every night, and also throughout the day if I feel like I had a heavy meal, filled with a lot of sugars and stuff like that. Um, I might just go and brush again. It doesn't just have to be morning and night. Um, you can also floss throughout the day if you had a diet with a lot of sugar. So, but definitely morning and night, and then get some flossing in there. So.
And they got so many types of toothbrushes, man. They got soft bristles, hard bristles. What is the appropriate toothbrush to actually buy? Is it a soft? And then when you buy the soft, you feel like, okay, it's too soft. I don't feel like I'm removing anything. But we also know that the teeth has enamel on it. So if you get a toothbrush that's too hard, maybe scratch up your gums. But what is the right balance of a toothbrush? What should we buy? What should we try to buy?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure there's a lot of research on that that I haven't come across yet, but I'm pretty sure it's out there as far as like, what's the best toothbrush to invest in. But I would say, from experience, with brushing, I have a manual and electronic toothbrush. But I tried in the past, I used to, brush really hard and for a long time. Don't know why, but and
I gotta
you know,
get that black.
right, yeah, I gotta get in there. And it can cause recession from brushing so hard. So with the electronic toothbrush brush that I have, it actually tells me that if I'm brushing too hard, applying too much pressure, it'll light up on the toothbrush, and I'll stop adding as too much pressure to the area of my teeth. And so yeah, I would say invest in something like that if you feel like you brush too hard like I did, or so.
Now you say you have a manual and a motorized toothbrush. How do you use those? How do you know when to use it, which one to use? Can you explain that?
Honestly, when I forget to charge my electronic one, I go to the manual. But mostly I use the electronic toothbrush.
Now, what about the tongue? A lot of people use their toothbrush to brush their tongue, which has a lot of bacteria and everything on it. Is the toothbrush should not use a toothbrush? Should you just go buy a tongue scraper? What is the best way to clean the tongue?
I use a tooth or tongue scraper, and then obviously my toothbrush as well. And so I would invest in getting both.
Okay, all right. Now, how often? The last question, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful segment, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. But how often should myself or any of the number of people watching, how often should we have a dental exam and cleaning?
So they recommend every 6 months to get a checkup to see if you have any cavities, and also get your cleaning. So every 6 months is recommended.
Every 6 months. But yeah, you guys heard it. You heard it from future doctor.
Yeah, it does depend on the person's classification. If they're a high caries risk patient, they're gonna have more frequent appointments than somebody that has like a general, or that has good oral health. So it depends. But 6 months for the person that a regular person that has good oral health. So
now, what if I eat Skittles every day? How often should I get a
you might need to go more frequent. Yeah.
I eat Skittles, I better go. What about a Snicker bar? A Snicker bar,
Hey, candy is candy,
Candy is candy, huh? Oh, man. How about cookies? Cookies. Sugar still sugar?
Sugar still sugar.
Hey, man, come on, man. Red velvet cake. Got it? Like, you love red velvet cake, right? Red velvet cake.
Okay. Yeah, I like it, but you know what? I tell people, if I eat a red velvet, slice of cake, I'm gonna go brush. I'm not just saying that I go and brush. I don't let that just sit, But yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, that's good. Now, before we end, Ashton, if you could encourage all young high school people, and you were once a young person, now you're moving into a stratosphere where you now are going to be looked at as a role model. You're going to be looking at it as a role model. When you were growing up, you probably looked at, those who are already in corporate America are doing, adults as role models. But now you have become the teacher. You were once a student. Now you are the teacher, soon to be. So if you could look at any young person right now okay, and give them some words of wisdom on how to balance life as a young person. Um, let's talk to the athletes, those who are athletes and student, the student athlete, okay? What type of wisdom would you give them to balance athletics and their academics and life so that they can maximize?
With I'll start off with life. Talking to the high school students, try to seek out those older than you as far as like coaches and um, family members, and try to get as many life skills, life lessons and skills that can be a foundation going into college. Because once you get into college, you're on your own. You make your own decisions, and so if you have a foundation to kind of build yourself off of, you're gonna set yourself up for better success, than going into something that without a foundation. So that's something that helped me, going to college. I had a very supportive uh, support system, and those life lessons and skills. I use those while in undergrad by myself, um, and luckily it has got me to where I'm at today. As far as just academics and athletics, sit down and like I said, figure out what the long term goal is, um, and see what you need to do to get there. Is that if that is going to see a tutor, um, talking to somebody about time management, because I know with me, I was in class all day and had to practice for 3 hours and still come back and study. So time management was definitely my best friend at the time. So um, there's just a lot of skills like that that you just need to obtain, and that's going to set you up as a really good student athlete. So hopefully that advice will help somebody.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And like you said, time management, man, because I've learned, it don't matter who you are, but that's great advice that you gave. And time management. I've learned, Ashley, that there are two things in life that we can't control. All right. Two things in life that we cannot control. Money can't control it. A group of people can't control these two things. And those two things are time and change. Time and change, you can't control them. It's going to happen. Change is going to happen. You know, time is going to keep rolling. 4 o'clock was today. Today is March 21st. It's 7:02 Eastern time right now. Okay, we're here on the Eastern Seaboard. 7 p.m. passed and it's gone. March 21st, 2023, 7 p.m. is gone. It ain't coming back. So all you can do is, since you can't control it, you can't control time, you can't control change, all you can do is manage it. That's what I've learned. You can only manage time and change. You can't control it. You can't stop it. You can't say, hold on, time. Hold on. I'll be right back. No, time gonna keep rolling. Change gonna keep happening. There are certain places that probably we gonna go back to. There are places, Ashton, 5 years from now, you're gonna go back to, you're gonna be like, whoa, this thing has changed. The dentistry, where you get in your degree, that is gonna change. You're going to come back 10 years later and it's going to be like a whole set of things have changed. So all you can do is manage time and change. So I'm glad that you mentioned time management. Now, before we close out, Ashton, is there anything that you want to cover, you want to talk about, great cause, something that you're dear to your heart, or do you feel like, you know what, man, we hit a home run and we won the game, touchdown, but you had a last word before I close us out. Is there anything that you want to say to the people that are watching, or anything you may
Yeah, I think we
feel?
covered some good topics, and like I said, I appreciate you having me on here, and I think we talked about some very valuable stuff and some good information. So again, thank you for having me on here.
Well, yeah, man. You know what? We're gonna come back and look at this thing 30 years from now. 30 years from now, I'm still gonna be, still the same. You still gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna come back 30 years from now. We're gonna look at this. I'm gonna say, Ashton, look at you, man. Look how you acted all timid, man. Look at all that joking. I'm like, yo, hey, you did crack that pretty smile you got, man. But no, that's good. Like I said, Ashton, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm so proud of you. Man, so proud of you. Love you. Man, you're gonna have a great career. You're gonna impact a lot of people. And how do I know that? Because as you said, God is in control. God is in control. And you just continue to stay with the DR now. The DR don't mean Dr. Poole. It means determination and resiliency Poole. That's hey, see, I just gave you a tagline right there, man. When they come into your office, they're gonna say, what makes you a better dentist than this dentist down the street or in the other state? You're gonna tell them, say, you know what? My DR means that I'm determined to get your mouth looking the way it's supposed to look. And you know what? The resiliency that I continue to help you bounce back after cleaning, is going to make that smile last forever. So DR, in this case for Ashton Poole, stands for determination and resiliency. So again, I want to thank all you guys for tuning in. And before we go, you got to take a look at that ticker down there. All right. Got to look at that ticker and, go check out TyronePoole38.com and see what all I got going on, and check out Work That Thing supplements. You're looking to get in shape. You're looking to build muscle. You're looking to lose weight. All right. I tell you, people, I've been working out for over 22 plus years. My body was my business. All right. So anything I got in that store is guaranteed. It helped me. So if it helped me, I'm pretty sure to help you if you apply the same methods that I did. That's why I put those products in the store, and we're gradually and constantly growing every day. And also check out the Tyrone Poole 38 Foundation. And hey, you know what? I need you, people. I need you. Okay. Ashton needs you. Okay. So, but go to TyronePoole38.com. Check out everything. Go to workthatthing.com and go to TyronePoole38Foundation.org. Donate and help us continue to change people's worlds. But Ashton, is there anywhere people who want to learn more about dentistry and what you got going on, how can they follow you on social media?
Facebook, I'm just under Ashton Poole. In the future, I'm going to create me an account just for my, dentistry. So definitely look forward to, releasing that when the time comes. So.
All right, man. Well, hey, you guys heard it right here, live and on air. My firstborn, so happy, so proud of it, man. Look at him. He just like $1 million, man. $1 million, a $6 million man, the $6 million man. But hey, again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And Ashton, I appreciate you. And you guys continue to go out there and work that thing. And I see you guys again on another episode. All right. You guys have a great day. We are out. Peace.